My name is Amanda, but some call me Noor. I converted to Islam when I was 15 years old. It's been a decade and a half since then, but my faith has only grown stronger. Here is my story. I guess you could say my journey to Islam started at birth, as it does with everyone really. I was born into an American Air Force family living abroad in the UK. My parents were young and not religious at the time. It was more about fun and partying back then. I grew up hanging out in bars and pubs with my mom and don't recall having many friends my age. We moved around a lot because of the military and eventually ended up in a tiny little town in Alabama. This is where you could say I found God or realized that God existed. I started going to a Southern Baptist church with our neighbors and became heavily invested in all things Christ. I sang in the choir, joined the youth puppet team, and began mission work. I was only 10, but I was going out with a team of people every Monday night to spread the good news. I spoke to strangers, adults, teenagers, other kids about how they should accept Jesus into their heart. A strange thing happened, though, during this time of my life. The more I told people about Jesus, the more I felt empty. I started to feel like a fraud because I realized I didn't believe what I was telling people. I had questions that church leaders couldn't answer. Like, why does the Bible say not to eat pork, but we all have Sunday hams? Or why does the Bible tell women to cover their hair, but only nuns do that? Is Jesus really God? Why is that? It didn't make sense to me. I started high school as a loner. I didn't know who I was, what I believed, or what I wanted from life. So I kept to myself. I saw a girl in the cafeteria one day, a Muslim girl, wearing the hijab. I thought to myself that she seemed so sure of herself. I wondered how she was so brave to wear that thing on her head at school. How was it that she didn't care what others thought of her? I eventually befriended her and found her to be the most incredible person. She was born Muslim from a Palestinian family. She really had it all together. She knew what she believed and why. She was strong and brave and beautiful. I wanted to be like her. I wanted what she had. We started talking about religion little by little, and I would ask her questions about Islam, while at the same time challenging her. I started to read books from the library about Islam and searching all I could on the internet about her faith. One day, she brought a CD and told me to listen to it when I got home. I thought it would be some cool Arabic pop music from her country, but I was oh so wrong. I didn't know what it was I was listening to. All I knew was that it was beautiful. I couldn't understand a word being said, but for some reason it made me cry. After listening to her CD for several hours, I realized it was the Quran. I listened some more and thought to myself, I think I must be a Muslim. I went to school next day and told my friend. I said it with all the confidence in the world. Hey Tia, so I am a Muslim now. She laughed a little and smiled. She then explained the Shahada to me. She told me what it meant and why. She said if I wanted to be a Muslim, I needed to say it. So I did, without any hesitation. I didn't know how to be a Muslim, but I knew in my heart that I was one. A few years passed, and I continued on as a very young closet Muslim. I was 19 now and becoming a woman. I started to make a few Muslim girlfriends and was really starting to practice Islam. One day, a friend of mine mentioned that maybe if I got married, that would help me on my journey. She explained if I had my own home with a husband, that I could practice Islam as I wish and wear hijab if I wanted. Finally, I got married because things at home got really bad for me. My parents had a hard time with it all. The hijab, the marriage, the newish religion. I couldn't blame them though. It has taken over a decade, but I think they finally see that Islam makes me who I am. It makes me whole. It gives me strength and makes me a better person. Now I have a beautiful daughter. My hope for our baby girl is that she will be strong and brave, even when it is hard, that she will carry my story with her and remember that everyone is born a Muslim.